Nation of Fit in 10, it is day 39. Day 39. Hopefully you sent me your feedback by now, www.trainonmain.com/fit in 10 check-in. It's just our website, trainonmain.com, and then /fit in 10 check-in. Send it in, it's part of your accountability. Trust me, as much as you may think not, it will help you to progress in this challenge. Okay, let's do some more questions. And okay, so let's run through. I'm starting a new section here. Name something specific you can improve upon for the following week. I substituted some carbs for 1 glass of wine, so no alcohol going forward. All right, that's something that you can be accountable to. Yeah, and just on a side note here, alcohol is a macro unto its own. It has a different effect on the body. I really want you to stay away from it just for the remainder of the challenge. I know some people there's more people in this challenge, guaranteed, that I don't want to say struggle, but don't want to, not have alcohol for whatever reason. And I'm going to ask that you abstain from it for the remainder of this challenge, of which there is 31 days. Okay, you can do that. Name something specific you need help with. Still having difficult time consuming all the macros. 2,700 calories is a large amount of food. I'm getting it done, but often I'm eating late, sometimes to 9 p.m. to get it all in. So my recommendation here is try to eat more earlier in the day. If possible, try to eat more earlier in the day. It's funny, I mean, obviously we're different people, so there's no point in comparing, but I have a hard time, because I give my limit right now to, I don't know why I'm speaking about myself, but I just will. 2,700 is very little for me. I just would, yeah, so anyways, it's really neither here nor there. Let's move along. Is there anything you would like me to cover in this week's video series? Clarity on macros. According to FitnessPal, 4 ounces of baked chicken equals 26 grams of protein. Okay, so we're looking at about, of cooked chicken, baked, we're looking about 7 to 8 grams of protein per ounce. So 26 grams seems a little bit low, but not too much. I'd put that probably in that 28 to 32 grams protein. MyFitnessPal, 130 grams, 4.6 ounces, equals 33 grams of carbs, 2 grams of protein. All right, let's just throw out the 2 grams of protein for now. How do I weigh a medium yam if I only need 50 grams of carbs by just weight alone? All right, so you actually want to consume 50 grams of carbohydrates. So what you would do here is, if we know, for example, that in 130 grams or 4.6 ounces, we have 33 grams of carbs, does that seem reasonable? So per ounce of uncooked yam, we're getting probably somewhere around 7.5 grams of carbs. So let's just keep the math easy. So 7 times 4, 28 plus half, 30. Yeah, okay, that seems reasonable. That seems accurate. So if I only need 50 grams of carbs. All right, so what you would do is you would take the 50 grams of carbs that you need, and using your example here, you take 50, you divide that by 33, and you're gonna get a number. So let's just do that. So let's bring up my calculator here. 50 divided by 33. So you need just over 1.5 servings of that 130 grams or 4.6 ounces of yams to make 50 grams. Forgive me if I'm getting your question, if this is not what you're asking, but so you're gonna take 50 divided by 33, take that number, which is 1.515, repeating, times it by 130 grams or 4.6 ounces, and then you'll get the amount that you actually need to eat. So let's do that. So we're going to times it by 130 grams. So that's going to be 197 grams. Okay, or in ounces, it's going to be about 7 ounces. Okay. Okay. Doing FitnessPal for everything I eat is not only frustrating, but I can't imagine going out to a restaurant with a weigh scale and weigh everything on my plate. For this program, I will endeavor. Is there an eyeball method? Lol. Yeah, there is. So really part of this whole thing is getting in tune with the amount of macros in a specific amount of food. If you get used to weighing these things out, you will know how to eyeball. Right? You will know how to eyeball a yam. If you get used to weighing out 7 ounces of yam over and over again, and then you see that, or let's say potato, we don't typically eat yams at a restaurant. Well, sometimes you do, but let's use potato because it's something that you tend to see more of. You can make a good estimation on when you get a potato at a restaurant. Okay, same with your meats. So this is why it's you getting acquainted with how much of what is in what. It's not so much that you have to go through the rest of your life weighing. I don't recommend that. It depends on what your goals are. It depends on how stringent you want to be. It depends on your personality. I weigh everything out more because I'm like just manic about it. In fact, I weigh things out that I don't have to weigh because I'm in such a habit of doing that. But I realize, that I'm not typical in that way. So really this is, like I said, it's just about getting to know how much of what is in what. And you should be able to eyeball going forward. Okay. Now, that being said, you may still want to enter it MyFitnessPal if you care about just watching your calories and macros over time. If you're estimating and then you're not accounting, I mean, if you don't care, that's totally fine. But if you do care, then this is where accounting has to come in. All right. Now, we don't have anybody in this challenge, but if you are somebody who is really overweight, 350 pounds, 400 pounds, or whatever, it's really just about cleaning up your diet. Let's not even worry about portions. This is worry about cleaning up your diet and then going from there. But in a case with somebody who is already at this, I know this individual obviously, but I know this individual in terms of they're already active, etc. Prior to this challenge, there's not a large loss that has to happen here. If you were to want to do that, if you are that person that's like, I just need to get off this other 5 pounds, this, again, this is where we really need to be stringent on the numbers. Okay, and obviously for the sake of this challenge, we got a deadline, so we need to be very specific here. We can't waste time. Okay, for the sake of the challenge, for the sake of trying to lose that 30%. All right, so hopefully that helps you. I'm already 8:40. Okay. Let's get to the message of the day. The message of the day is this. Measured, this is just day 39. I didn't set this up. Measured and methodical over time will get you to where you want to go. Measured and methodical over time will get you to where you want to go. This is really true. I mean, like, the more precise you can, and this is with anything, right? The more precise you can make your goals, so the more precise you can make your steps towards working towards something, the more you hone in on these things, the more likely you will be in getting to that specific goal. The more vague you are, whether it's with whatever steps you're going to take or with your timeline or whatever, the less likely you are. So again, when it comes to, and I'm not just saying this because I read this question, it's obviously related to the message of the day, when it just depends on, after this challenge, it depends on how important it is to you in your life, weighing everything out, obviously including your happiness, right? Happiness should be right up there. it just depends on how much give you want to give and how much you want to let go, right? So, all right, so just keep that in your mind. Measured, but one thing's for sure, measured and methodical over time will get you to where you want to go. All right, positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, and for the love of God, give some gratitude. And I'll talk to you all very soon. See you guys.